So I just got access to Perplexity Comet and I cannot wait to unbox it for you guys because I haven't seen anything else than this welcome screen that says welcome to Comet and download. So I am going to download it and together we're going to unbox it and see what's in it. Okay, so it will take just a second or so. I'm going to open this. And where is it? Okay, so I need to add it to my applications by the looks of it. And if I go into my applications and maybe find Comet somewhere. Oh, sorry, here it is. Here is Comet. And let's see what's happening. Okay, open. Wow. That is kind of cool. All right. I cannot make it any bigger, so this is the largest it can be. I can move it around though. But let's see. Get started. Let's click on get started. And I am going to import. Am I importing? Oh, yeah. Okay. It's importing something from my Chrome. Okay, let's see. Okay, your profile name, I'm just going to give it my name. Oh, I can choose light. Oh, very interesting. Or dark or device. I'll just go with device because I think this will change it as my device changes. And what we have, set Comet as your default browser. Make Comet your primary browser on this computer. Okay, let's see. And it asks me to either use Comet or keep Chrome. I'm just gonna keep Chrome just for now and I'm going to open it to see what it looks like. Okay, so it kind of looks like Chrome. You've got all the little shortcuts that you can have down here, but your search is with actually Perplexity. So what do we have? Fast answers, deep research, and a lab. So you kind of have exactly the same thing, but it is a browser. Okay, now let's have a look at some stuff that is different from Google. Number one, when you go on the left hand side here, you've got spaces, which allows me to create a new space, and it says create a dedicated space to help you organize sources, threads, and collaborations around a specific topic, which is very cool. Google doesn't have that. What else do we have? We have discover. We can discover, this looks like various news. And what else do we have? Oh, we can actually make it yours. So I can select science and tech as one of my interests. And as you can see, my discovery changes pretty much straight away. All right, what else do we have? We don't have anything here, but on this hand side, something interesting is that I found is summarize this page. So now it's gonna go through and it's going to show me a summary of what's happening on this discovery page, which is very, very useful. Maybe not for this specific page, but it is useful if you are on a website or you're reading a big paper or a long blog post and you just want a summary. And something that somebody says that we can do with the assistant is, because here is the assistant, and when you have the assistant, you can have summarize. You can actually talk to it. I'm not going to talk to it right now. These are all the extensions. These are all the Chrome extensions. Oh, I can copy the link and I can start the page. But let's go back to home. And something I want to see is when I go to one of my YouTube videos, now I can use the assistant. As you can see, I can either watch it like this or I can come to the assistant here. I'm just going to stop it because it's distracting, and ask it to summarize. For example, I can summarize the videos, or let's go with key takeaways and see what it says. So it's talking, this actually video is important because it does talk about traditional SEO versus AEO, which is answer or ask engine optimization, depending on who you're asking. And yeah, it's just giving me the exact points. But let me do something else. Can I say something like what else I can add to this topic to create a new video? Alrighty, so it is looking, so it knows what the video is about, it is researching, and now it's giving me some fresh angles and ideas that I can about this topic that I can create a brand new video for. It's very, very cool. Yeah, I really like it, and I really like how it's performing. So we're definitely getting into the era of large language models becoming search engines and becoming competitors for Google, which will actually make everybody more competitive, and it will allow us to get better search results. And the other thing that we need to think about is, now that Perplexity is the first LLM that is having a search engine, is how do we create content that is suitable for large language models and how they search. So I have another video that I'm going to link that is about how to create content, and specifically blog content that will be read by the large language model, indexed by the large language models, and possibly cited in their search results.